Hi guys, it's Ryan at energyhill. I wanted to do another talk because it is a short week because of the holiday. So I wanted to kind of jump on real quick and talk with y'all about something that we come across actually quite often. It's local SEO. We all the time, every day we're getting SEO questions and SEM questions, but one that we get off and on throughout the months and quarters is local, and how can you address your local strategy when it comes to your overall marketing strategy. So today I'm going to quickly talk about literally the top 5 things that can help you, or you want to make sure that you're addressing if it's one of those things that has fallen off the wayside as far as, oh, we should do this. Bring it up again now and say, hey, there's a ton of things you can do, but 5 is these are kind of the most common and also the best to give you the biggest return on your effort and time. So I do recommend these 5 as the most important. With that said, I have a couple slides. I did want to introduce, because some of you, we've had a lot of new people start following us and engaging with us. I did want to show this. We are energyhill. The term we've mentioned before means create. We are a creative advertising and marketing agency. Our HQ is in the Tampa Bay area. We're actually north of Tampa Bay, about half hour. We are experienced with world-class brands. We've worked with, you name it, big brands, small brands, and everything in between. And we love that. We've partnered with some really amazing schools, great technology companies and safety companies in the construction and manufacturing industry. We really are passionate about those industries. My background's in retail, as well as the other co-founder, Gloria, my much better half. But we love, energyhill really means to create something. It's the whole action of creating. Let's see here. That's about it. But again, that's kind of what we're about, our mission, vision, action, what have you. Okay, I did want to show you this statistic first, just to kind of like, what can SEO and SEM help me with? And just let me define those terms first of all. Search engine marketing, SEM, what I'm not going to talk about today, but SEO, search engine optimization, is really the process of you tweaking things that you're doing, whether it's your listings or things to, in a sense, help you organically gain traction and increase traffic and other KPIs you might be targeting. So the whole point of really SEO, search engine optimization, is how are you going to be shown and viewed by those searching for you online without having to pay for it. So that's the really exciting part, is really it's an upfront cost, but the length of that return can be limitless in some cases if you do it right and do it well. So with that said, I did want to put the statistic up here that overall across our partners and clients, we've seen an increase of over 75% session increase, and this is from really the last 2 years. If we go back further, we had even higher, but we want to use something relevant the last 2 years. This is across all partners. Some partners, if they're much larger, are only in the 20-25% range. But again, when you average them all together, you see those nice numbers weighted based on how many sessions overall. So it's pretty exciting. And so that it's not to, oh yeah, we're awesome. It's more about doing the right thing works, but you got to be consistent. You got to have a nice, good quality as well of what you're doing. Okay. Here's the top 5 tactics. This is it. This is the whole presentation right here. The top 5 tactics are: number 1, update on all listing sites or platform sites. This can include ranging from Google My Business. It can Bing Places. It can be, if you're more into the, like, I hate to say the free coupon sites like the Foursquares and Groupon. Make sure your listing is accurate, aka your address. Now, this is really a one-time thing. So I'm not going to say, right now I have this listed in our dark purple. It probably looks black on the screen, but the dark purple, those are ones you can really do once and maybe just put it on your calendar to once a year do it and make sure it's all on point. But you do have to make sure it's across the board accurate. So it can take some time, because where's the login for this? Where's the login for this? But the point is, do it once and make sure you check it at least once a year. I would recommend every 6 months, check it just to make sure, hey, our listing's correct. We have a unique one. Our physical address is 5476 Land O Lakes Boulevard. Do you put a flying comma next to the O, or do you not put a flying comma? Here's the thing, it doesn't matter, just keep it consistent. So that's one thing that is a little thing, but it actually becomes a big thing to the way search engines view you and serve you to people that are looking for you. And also with maps. And I'm not going to get into maps in this talk because it's a bigger topic, but it is very important. We've seen it be the number one thing that can help your local, is that, hey, our address is different everywhere. So make sure it's all nice and tight everywhere. Okay, the second one, is a legitimate address. It ties in with number one quite well. You can do it once, but there are some things you need to decide if you're a startup or if you're an organization that has a more transient where you're moving from location to location. It has to be legitimate. PO boxes, I'm sorry, they don't work. There are some co-working spaces that work. So if you're like, a small team and you're renting a local location, it can work, but you just need to find out, are you going to have your own physical address? And how does Google and Bing, I'm going to say Google and Bing being the two biggest players, how are they going to receive that address? So make sure it's a specific address and it is a legitimate address. If you're not sure, reach out to us. We can help you with that. Third, now the orange ones, the 3, 4, and 5, are things that you should be doing, I'm going to say weekly, but if you're going to DIY it or if you have a team in place at your company, make sure they're doing it at least monthly. I recommend weekly, but again, we know that sometimes it's time and effort, and do you have the quality talent on your team? First one is reviews. So this is one that I always recommend 2 per week, no more than 2 per week. And what I mean by that is with your clients or customers, send out 2 requests for them to review either your business, your service, or some type of product they bought or worked with you on. Don't do more than 2 per week unless you have over 100 reviews. If you have over 100 reviews, you can probably add on a lot more. And let me tell you kind of a horror story. I don't want you to go into some big convention or big business meeting and everyone review everyone. What's Google's going to look at that and say, whoa, no. And they actually might knock out all those reviews. And then you're kind of like, who reviewed me? That was so good what they said. Go with 2 per week and try to make it personal, try to make it custom. Do not pay for reviews. That's going to get flagged. And it's also slimy. Don't do that. Just be legit. Find your customers and your clients that will review you well based on the service you provided and ask them via email for a review. We have a lot of great engaging emails that can do that. If you partner with us for any of our packages, we include all that for you so it can make it easy. There's also ways if you're more of a service outdoor business or a flooring company or something like that, you can have a QR code where they can easily scan it. If you're a pooling company, there's a lot of great tools that we provide that can make it even easier and seamless for your customers. Fourth one, and this is not really, people get like, oh, this isn't local. Well, it correlates, and that is your on-page SEO. That's for your actual website. What are you doing that is helping your rank increase in a local environment? Do you have, if you're in the Tampa Bay area, do you have Tampa Bay in your metadata? Where are you noticing, saying that, hey, we're in this area, we're physically here? That's really important. Also, making sure you're following SEO best practices. We see it does correlate to your local strategy and tactics. So make sure that although it's not necessarily local, we see it complement local when this is done, when your on-page is accurate and you're following all the right rules. And there's literally 70, 80, 90 rules on what you should do from an on-page. So I don't want to get you too bogged down, but just make sure that, hey, check, are we good on that? Last but not least, GMB, I'm going to say Google My Business and Bing content. And these can range from, I put up the 3 that are kind of the most relevant on Google My Business, and that is the post, events, and offers. This is where your weekly content needs to be high quality, needs to be consistent, that you're updating, whether it's putting new pictures or posts, events, offers. Make sure you're putting that content out there for your local audience to see and engage with you. If you are a digital brand where, hey, all your services are, and maybe you're a SaaS company, there's still ways you can do this. You can still have those events, online webinars, or you can have an offer where, hey, 50% off, or first month free, first week free, what have you. But the more you can put on your platform sites or your listing sites like your Google My Business and Bing, the better you're going to benefit from that local SEO boost. So those are the 5. Quickly, update on listing sites, legitimate address, reviews, on-page SEO. And then, of course, certainly not most important, I would say, when it comes down to the recurring, is your Google My Business content. Don't put out shoddy content from the standpoint of it's not on brand, it looks nasty, people are like, ugh, what the, ugh. Make sure you're putting out good content, especially on your profile sites. Treat it well, and you will be rewarded in time over how people engage with your brand. Even when it just comes to maps, when they see a beautiful offer there and they're searching for your business or your organization, it's just that's the way it should be. Thank you. Again, my name is Dr. Ryan Lowe. If you have any questions, I've listed all my contact info there, everything from direct line, mobile, and as well as our office general line if you need to reach out. Thank you so much.